Hey, what's up YouTube? I'm back with another review. We are still in the little series that I created called Great Gifts for Him Under $100. Next up on the list is knives, man. I don't care what kind of guy you are, man, whether you're a techie or a gearhead or whatever. Every dude needs a great freaking knife. Like, not even a great knife, but like just a badass knife. So I got three. These are my three favorites. I do have a couple of extras, but these are my three favorites, not only because they look cool, but because they're functional. Well, this is the first one on the list. I got this one probably about 2 years ago, and yeah, I use it quite a bit actually. You're gonna see once I pull it out of this sheath. All right, now this is my disclaimer. I am not any sort of an expert on knives, okay? So don't be judging me in the comment section because I said something wrong or forgot to mention something, or maybe this ain't the best quality of knife. All I know is I like it and it's cool and I'm just doing reviews. So let's get into this bad boy. This is the MTech Extreme right here. I actually really like this knife. Let me show you the sheath first. I forget the price of this. Of course, I'm gonna link it in the description on Amazon because that's pretty much where I get everything. But it actually came with this cool sheath and it had a string that you can kind of weave through here and tie it onto your leg or whatever you want to tie it on. But this sheath is actually made out of some ballistic nylon type of material. It's kind of water resistant. I wouldn't say waterproof, but it will repel some water. And it's got some loops in here where you can actually kind of, loop that through your belt or whatever you need it to. So that's cool to have that. And of course we have this big loop here, and this is actually what I would call the belt loop. So if you're doing some hardcore stuff and you need to strap this thing onto your body somehow, there's really no excuse for not being able to do it because it's got plenty of places where you can actually attach it to something. Okay, then you got, this buckle right here. It's just your standard snap buckle to just snap it into place just like that. And it's actually worked out really well. Like I said, this thing is 2 years old and I've used it quite a few times and it's still rocking steady. But right here we have a little bitty pocket. So you just pull this back right here. Got a little Velcro in there. It's standard Velcro, nothing special about it. So it will wear. But then you have this little pocket right here and it's about, it's not the length of the blade. Let me see, I got my fingers right here. And yeah, it's about 2 fingers length right there. So you can stuff something in there. I don't know, maybe sharpening stone or something, some matches. I don't know, whatever you're gonna put in there and hide. And you can put that right there and just tuck it away. But that's enough for the sheath because we're gonna talk about this knife. All right, so yeah, that's my baby boy right there. Oh man, I love this knife. I'm left-handed, so I hold it this way. So you can't really see the name right there, but since I'm left-handed, I'll hold it this way. This is it. I love this knife. This is the kind of knife that says, you don't know me, but I have a unique set of skills and I will find you. So the grip is actually really comfortable. It's a hard plastic, so it's not like a gripping material. It's actually just a hard plastic. And it's put together via these two pieces right here. And notice that it's a full tang knife. So that means the blade just goes all the way from the tip to the tip. And there's not gonna be any breakage right here. Now I've banged this thing up a couple of times and I saw it on some trees and stuff. And being that it's full tang, it's actually withstood the test of time for me over the last 2 years. As far as this handle though, you can see where it has these grooves to make your hand fit in there nice and comfortably. And it's almost got like this, I'm pretty sure they suited this just for your thumb, so you can just kind of, get your saw action on right there. And it's almost like a trigger. It feels like a trigger, but you just put your hand right there and you got this guard right here to protect your hand from sliding forward. If you were jamming it in something, your hand's not gonna slide forward and slice your finger off. So that's nice. Then you got these 2 holes right here where you could put something in. For me, this actually did not come on the knife. I just wanted something like a lanyard to put on so I could, carry the knife around, or if I did lose my grip, it would still be on my hand. So that's something I did myself. And there's two extra ones right here. Now let's go on to the blade. So we got the saw right here. This is not a sharp saw where you can actually saw anything. It's just a serrated. I think this is more for looks than anything else. I mean, it does have a little bit of sharpness to it. I'm gonna tell you right now, if you puncture something in, if you puncture into something, I don't know, an animal or something like that, by the time you pull it out, it will do some damage coming out. But this is not made for sawing on wood or anything like that. As you can see, my hand's rubbing across it and I'm not getting cut, so it's not necessarily sharp, okay? Now the blade, when you get the blade from the box, it's gonna be relatively sharp on this side. This is gonna be okay, but as a whole, the knife is not necessarily gonna be razor sharp. I did have to take this to get sharpened. It was maybe $10 or $15 to get it sharpened, and I mean, I've only taken it to get it sharpened once, and it's pretty much held its edge to where I can still cut paper with it. It's a great metal. Let's look to see what the metal is. Yeah, 440 stainless steel, USA design, handcrafted in China. Ain't that something? Anyway, there you go. But I really do like this knife. It's got a real good weight to it. As far as balance, let me see. It's a fairly balanced knife, but I like the weight to it. It actually feels like you got a knife in your hand. And it's got this black powder coating on it, which you can actually see is kind of scraping off because I've been working it. But yeah, I like that weathered look it's got on it. So anyways, this is my MTech Extreme knife right here. This is my big boy. This is actually my daily driver, man. If I was gonna go outside and do something real quick, I need to chop down like a little tree branch or something. I do have a machete for that, but this is actually faster for me to grab. I just get this thing out and just kind of hack at it a little bit. And this thing gets the job done. So this is actually now my second favorite knife, because I've actually replaced it with, well, I didn't replace it. I've actually recently acquired the baby brother, okay? This is the, what is this? I don't want to open it just yet. Okay, we're gonna call this the MTech Extreme Mini. And the reason why I call it the MTech Extreme Mini, because it's a little mini badass. All right, so you got this one. It looks just like his bigger brother, okay? So let's reach across here. See if I can hold them both up without slicing my arm in half. All right, so you got the baby brother. The handle is actually about the same. Is it? No, it's not the same handle. Well, it's relatively close to being the exact same handle, as you can see. It doesn't have that little trigger like we have up at the top there, but it's got the same, you know, groove in there. It's got the same thumb location and everything. And the blade is just a 1-to-1 ratio, you know, as far as, you know, what the blade is. It's pretty much the exact same blade, just on a smaller scale. And that's why I really like this knife. It's like having a smaller pocketable version of my big boy over there. So, and it has this, of course it has your knob here for easy access when you need to kind of pull it out with your thumb, so you can just kind of push it right there. But what I've learned to do is drop a little oil in there, just because when you get it, it's not going to be oiled very good. It's going to be pretty stiff, and you can just put your hand right here on this little nub right here, and then flick up just like that. You got yourself a nice folding knife. As far as utility, I have not used this for much, I'll be honest with you. Let's look at the blade. It doesn't tell you what grade of stainless, but it is stainless steel, USA premium design, precision crafted in China, of course. And then you got your little belt clip on there, so that's cool to have, so you won't lose it, won't fall out of your pocket or anything. But and then the way you close it is, it's not the kind where you just mash down right there. See that little lever right there? You just push down on that and fold it when you're done. And like I said, it's a very pocketable knife. I actually carry this in my bag, and I just like doing that because it's freaking cool. But this is one of my coolest knives. I love playing around with this one. It does come actually super sharp. I did not have to send this one out to get sharpened, so that was, you know, some extra savings. This is actually my favorite knife now, because it's like having this bad boy in the palm of my hand. Speaking of palm of my hand, my thumb to my index finger, it stretches 8 inches, okay? So we got this right here. I'm gonna show you as far as, like, I don't know what's legal in your state, but we're gonna look at blade size here. All right, so I don't know if that's legal in your state or not, but there you have it, okay? Let's look at that from tip to tip. So that's about a 4-inch blade if you count it straight from the handle. All right, so we're gonna close this one up. We're gonna talk about the last one. This last one here, this is a neck knife made by Cold Steel. I really like Cold Steel's products simply because they're just cool. But this knife actually came razor sharp, and I've had this one for about 3 years, and it's still razor sharp. I've never had to take it to get sharpened before. The reason I bought this knife is because I ride motorcycles, and you know, you never know what's gonna happen when you're on your bike, man. You know, people are just crazy these days. So I wear this around my neck, and it hangs, you know, from my neck, from this chain. The chain actually comes with it. And you can also, you see these little loops here where you can strap it onto your boot or your leg or something like that. But I hang it from my neck, and you can just put your thumb right there, pull down, and I'll get rid of the sheath. This is a molded sheath. It's a hard plastic, and it has a little push button right there to unleash the knife. But I like the sheath because it conforms to the knife perfectly. and it's very lightweight, and it doesn't get in the way of anything. So I'll put it down right there. But once you pull the knife out, it is razor sharp. It's got a serious point on it. I mean, that is a vicious point on this knife. But it is still razor sharp. I can still cut paper with this thing after about 3 years. And I actually have unboxed a lot of things with this, and like this used to be my go-to knife before I got the big boy here. And so it's gotten plenty of use, as you can see all the stuff on it. And it's got a pretty decent grip. I mean, it's a very thin knife, so it's not like something, it's not gonna be your day-to-day utility knife. I bought this just for protection, just on the fly. The way you grip it is just like that. It's almost like having a brass knuckle, and then you just kind of take that. But it's a pretty short blade. So as you can see, we talked about my hand earlier. And the reason why I like this one so much now, I mean, I don't use it very much now. My wife actually uses this. My wife actually uses this quite a bit now. I've lent it to her on several occasions because she's a runner. As we got into the darker months, she ends up running at night, and I don't like that. And so I told her to wear this around her neck, and I taught her how to use it, how to grip it really fast. So this was something that was actually, you know, good for my wife. So this can actually be good for the ladies out there, you know, who just, maybe you just don't live in the best area. Maybe you're on the subway or some type of train or something, or maybe you are that runner who's out at night. This is something great and lightweight that will not get in your way, that you can carry for a little added protection. So those are my 3 knives that I love to keep in the house or on my person at all times. Check it out. I've never claimed to be an expert in this kind of stuff. I'm just doing reviews, and I'll check y'all at the next one. But before I go, make sure you tap on that like button and smash on that subscribe button. I'll see y'all later.